What's G and the H? Yo, welcome back to Clown Questions, the show where there are no dumb questions. I'm your host, Matt Clown Emoji, or at least, that's what I'm going to be called until I change my name back, because what an obnoxious name. But I'm already getting off topic. I haven't even asked the question of the day yet. And that question is Chris Paul ring chasing? I'll attempt to answer that question. And also on this episode, Toxic Future will be joining us on the line. So excited for that interview. Maybe get into his hate of Brian Anderson, along with a lot of other stuff. So only question I have now is who's down to clown?
That's a clown question, bro.
So is Chris Paul ring chasing? In my humble opinion, I would say yes, because he is joining Victor Wembanyama on the San Antonio Spurs. I've had this take in one of my early podcasts, maybe my second or third podcast, where I said I think eventually Victor Wembanyama will surpass Bill Russell as the GOAT. He will finish his career with either 12 or 13 rings. However many, one more than Bill Russell is. So yeah, I do think Chris Paul is ring chasing. Obviously, I'm being facetious here. While I do think Wemby will win 12 rings, I don't think he'll win one until maybe year 3 or 4. And who knows if Chris Paul's career will still be going on then. He's getting towards the tail end of his career, obviously. But I had to ask the ring chasing question because I saw a pretty funny tweet from Des Bryant, who upon seeing this CP3 to Spurs move, he tweeted, "I love this. Chris Paul might get his first championship ring next year," with the eyeballs emoji. So Dez is confident that the Spurs will be in contention, but as the Oklahoma City Thunder learned real quick, you got to earn your stripes in the NBA. No one goes to the finals in their first playoff appearance. You're gonna lose a few times before you can learn how to win. Speaking of someone who's trying to learn how to win, the New Orleans Pelicans, they recently made a move. They traded their actually they traded for DeJounte Murray. The Hawks got Zachary Risachet and said, "You know what, DeJounte, we don't need you anymore." They got rid of him. DeJounte Murray, great player. And I didn't ask the question yet. The question is, can the Pelicans make some noise? I would say maybe. I've heard that they're not sure about their future with Brandon Ingram, but I absolutely think the Pelicans can make some noise, barring two things. One, I think they should hang on to Brandon Ingram, and they'd have a real good core four with CJ McCollum, Ingram, Zion, and DeJounte Murray now. So obviously Ingram staying on the team would help. And then another thing would obviously be the health of Zion Williamson. Can he play a full season? Can he stay healthy come playoff time? That remains to be seen, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate because Zion is obviously got as much potential as anyone in the league. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy, and people make the jokes about his weight all the time. So I'm hoping Zion can figure it out, stay healthy, because if he can stay healthy and stay in shape his whole career, I think he's got MVP potential, and I don't think that's hyperbole to say that he's one of the best players in the league when healthy. Someone who's not quite one of the best players in the league, but he's up there. He's top 30, top 40 would be Andrew Wiggins, and he is Canadian. He's trying to, it seems like he was trying to compete in the Olympics, but the question is, are the Warriors blocking Wiggins? So on Friday evening at the team's first media availability of training camp, Canadian general manager Rowan Barrett said that he got a call from the Warriors a few days before the start of camp saying Wiggins would not be available to play. When asked if Golden State gave him a reason, Barrett said, "That's something you have to talk to them about." Now, it was first reported that the Warriors were the ones blocking Wiggins, that it wasn't his decision. The Warriors were making this decision in their own self-interest for their NBA team, despite the fact that Steph Curry is on Team USA and he's competing. But apparently, a Warriors spokesperson responded to a request for comment from The Athletic by saying the decision was mutually made by Wiggins and the team, and Golden State could not preclude him from playing for Canada. This was a medical decision, team sources said. The Canadian GM is refuting this. He said, "Well, for us, Andrew was fine," Barrett said. "We were talking to him consistently. He's been training for weeks and weeks getting ready for this. And then I got a call from Golden State a day or two before camp saying they're holding him out. So, from what I see, this is not an Andrew decision. This is from the team." Come on, Warriors, let Wiggins cook. Is the Warriors, are they, and him and the Warriors and Steph Curry, are they so focused on getting this gold medal that they would try to worsen Canada's chances by getting rid of one of their best players in Andrew Wiggins? Him and Shea will not be competing together, unfortunately. But it's interesting because we haven't heard a comment from Wiggins yet. The Warriors are claiming it's medical, and Canadians are claiming, hey, this was not Andrew's decision. This is not a medical decision. The Warriors are blocking him for their own self-interest, and perhaps, like I said, it's a Steph Curry decision that, hey, Wiggins is going to be huge for Canada. We can't be losing to Canada. We own basketball in America here, so make sure Wiggins can't compete. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's any follow ups on that story. Um, but speaking, I just got a really weird text from my friend Paulie about hard boiled eggs. That's distracting. But speaking of Warriors, Klay Thompson just signed a deal with the Dallas Mavericks. I believe it was 3 years, 50 million. So as expected, Klay left the Warriors and he got paid. So congrats to Klay. I think he's a great fit in Dallas as the 3-and-D guy. He's been known most of his career. A little too late for the Mavericks. You know, maybe the playoffs go differently. Maybe they have a chance against Boston if they got another scorer in Klay there. But obviously, Klay is not nearly the splash brother he was in his prime with Curry. But again, I still think it's a good. They got a veteran, so good move for the Mavericks there. And good move for the Canadians. I'm not talking about Andrew Wiggins anymore, but I am talking about Copa America and soccer. So here I am asking, can Canada play soccer? Who knew? Canada is now through to the round of 16 in the Copa America. Um, According to Sportsbet's Julia Rani, for the first time in program history, Canada advanced to the knockouts at Copa America with a 0-0 draw against Chile, an unbelievable feat for the debutante who was doubted every step of the way. I just included that quote because I thought it was funny that she called Canada the debutante, the newcomer who has never gotten this far in the Copa America. But I should say they're playing Venezuela on Friday, so they're about to get hashtag cooked. I gotta, I gotta stop using hashtags in normal speak. That's how chronically online I am. But let's get to the next question. Is the home run derby back? The first participant committed, Gunnar Henderson, announced that he will be competing. Henderson will have the opportunity to become the youngest home run derby winner ever. So is the home run derby back? I'm not sure. I guess there's a rule change. It's either 40 pitches or 3 minutes. You get to hit home runs, and then after that, you get 3 more outs. So, you can go foul ball or home run, but anything in the field of play is an out. So who knows? Maybe it'll be a little more exciting than it has been recently. I'll definitely follow it because I'm in the midst of baseball season. Um, I This is the only baseball topic I have for the day, but Goosebump Sports moments of the week are obviously filled with baseball because we ain't got much else. But I don't know if the home run derby's back. We'll have to see when it comes around, see if it's as exciting as those Prince Fielder years, that year where Josh Hamilton hit 28 home runs in a single round. I don't know if we'll get to that point ever again. I would hope so, but it is America's pastime, not America's present time. But I would say if they somehow were able to get Shohei Ohtani, then it's fully back. Shohei only competed once in this contest, but it was a first round exit in 2021 after he lost to Juan Soto. But unfortunately, it's pretty unlikely after, while Otani is recovering from Tommy John surgery, that he would volunteer himself for this game. But who knows? I mean, he'll definitely be in the All-Star game. We'll see if he competes in that. But, it's a little different All-Star game versus home run derby where you're just swinging the bat constantly. So I doubt Shohei would be in it, but would be cool. Would be cool. Speaking of baseball, I should say happy Bobby Bonilla Day. It is that day. And I'll read the tweet from Adam Schefter. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. Bonilla is set to collect 1.193 million from the New York Mets today, as he will each July 1st through the year 2035 collect, which is 208,000 more than the 985,000 base salary that 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy will make this season. He had to add the Brock Purdy part in the middle. It's Bobby Bonilla Day. Let's celebrate him for getting that bag, for making $1 million, sitting on the couch watching and probably laughing at the Cubs' failures. But Schefter, maybe Brock Purdy's agent paid him to throw him in there. It's like, Brock Purdy, such a great quarterback. How is a player who's been retired for a decade? How is he still making more than Brock Purdy? So that seems like that part of the tweet kind of seems like a plant from the agent there. So that's pretty funny. But we all know Brock Purdy, he'll have his day if he continues to have, the success he's had with the 49ers. He's in for a $40 million a year payday. So no worries for Brock there. But yeah, it is funny that Bobby Bonilla's making more, doing absolutely nothing. The Mets paid him to fuck off. And there's $1 for the F-bomb jar. I hadn't donated in a while. So it's about time for this, right? We got some cash money in there right now. And speaking of cash money, Paul George just made a bag. He signed with the 76ers. But the question is, did Joel Embiid tamper? In my opinion, he might have. And I'll give you some context on this. Joel Embiid and Paul George were coincidentally on NBA Countdown at the same exact show for an NBA Finals game recently. And, Stephen A asked them a little bit about free agency, potential moves they could make in the offseason. And Embiid gave a very interesting answer. And if you're listening on Spotify, it's not going to be as apparent, but I'll explain the clip after I play it here.
Against you, but I have to ask you this question. As we see the Boston Celtics getting ready to close the deal and win a championship, what does that have you thinking about as a member of the Philadelphia 76ers?
I can't stand them. I can't stand them. I hate Boston. Great city, great fans. Obviously they got some great players, but he hurts me a lot. So hopefully, this offseason we find a way to get better and, add some pieces. And,
add some pieces.
I mean, to be honest, that question should have went to both of them.
So that clip was very interesting. And like I said, if you're listening on Spotify, you might not be following, but Joel was sitting right next to Paul George when he said, add some pieces. And as he said, add some pieces, he gave the eyeball emoji, literally the eyeball emoji in real life. Look to his right at Paul George and add some pieces. He made it very clear he was like side eyeing Paul George, bombastic side eye, as the TikTok lingo reads. But pretty clear that this was well before the free agency period that Mr. Embiid and Mr. George had a little soiree and talked about the potential for Paul George to leave the Clippers and go to the 76ers. He's on the 76ers, made a huge bag. I don't even know the size of the bag. I'm sure it's 200 million plus, as Maxey got a similar extension in the 200 million range. But man, I like the 76ers. I think they can make some noise. That's a big three to be reckoned with, in my opinion. Obviously, barring health, Embiid staying healthy would be paramount in a 76ers championship run. But I think they can win the East. But I'm going to ask Mr. Toxic Future that question a little bit if he thinks they can win the East. I doubt he does. He's probably talking about these guys on my hat, the Bucks. It's like they're not getting past the Bucks. But Embiid's funny as hell. Troel Embiid. He loves to troll people. That's his nickname. And Troel yesterday had a series of tweets that there were kind of Easter eggs, before Paul George signed. So yesterday at 1:39 p.m., he tweeted out, "Here we go," in all caps with some exclamation points. And then at 1:04 a.m., he tweeted, "Still up." Oh, why? Why would Embiid still be up? 1:07 a.m., he tweets, "I want to troll so bad, but there's literally no sports on right now." Guess what happened an hour and a half later at 2:30 a.m.? Woj bomb, Woj nuke, Paul George, big money going to the 76ers. Embiid knew it the whole time. He wanted to troll so bad, and he did. Those were all Easter eggs. He knew they were getting Paul George, and he had to mess with the fans. Embiid loves Twitter. That's why I love Embiid. Him and me are chronically online. But again, great pickup for the 76ers, and we'll see what Toxic Future has to say about it here. And shout out Toxic for pulling up again. So tell my editor, which is me, to insert his interview at about this mark in the program. All right, now pulling up to the pod on the line is a good friend of mine. It is Toxic Future. Toxic, how you doing today?
How we doing, Matt? I'm doing great.
Doing good. That's good to hear. Well, I got to ask you first, how was Nashville? I already asked Ploff Warrior that, but I imagine you were down there with him too.
Yeah, Plop, me, Plop, and Poker Perry had a great time down in Nashville. Definitely a trip for the books. I'm hoping to get back down there again soon. Visit Poker again.
Hell yeah. You got to bring me with next time. I'm trying to see Nashville. Isn't the Huck Tua? Doesn't she live down there?
I don't know if she lives down there, but I think that's where it all started. I was looking for her, couldn't find her.
Yeah, Shaq found her. This was not one of my questions. I don't know why I brought her up. I guess she's just on my brain. But my next question
I
is,
said she was online.
yeah, yeah. Well, my next question is, are you still toxic?
Always, Matt. Don't
Yeah,
don't let
always. I don't know. I saw some sentimental posts from you recently, some soft posts, if you will.
uh, I've been getting a little soft lately. I might have to lock it back in. We'll see. Got a little thing going right now, but you know, it is what it is. Everybody has their moments.
Sure. Yeah.
Try to stay
All
true to
right.
the name, but sometimes there's exceptions.
Yeah.
Well, of
Yeah. You gotta be sentimental every once in a while.
course.
All right. Well, let's talk some NBA. We're in the midst of free agency, and I'll start off with the biggest move. Obviously, Paul George just signed a massive deal with the 76ers. So my question for you as a Bucks fan would be, do you think the Sixers can win the East this year?
Um, I really don't. I haven't seen it from Embiid in the playoffs, and his health just really scares me to say come out and say that they can win the East. I don't think I've seen it from him to for him to make a deep playoff run. And Maxi, he's still young, but I think he's really good. And Paul George also. What version are you going to get of playoff P?
Yeah.
That's what it all comes down to. And honestly, as far as their depth goes, I'm not really sure what they have beyond those three guys, right? Unless I missed another signing. They
I
lost
think
Tobias
Tobias
Harris.
Harris is out of there. Yeah.
He just signed with the Pistons on a crazy deal.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think it's still Boston and Milwaukee and the Knicks. Knicks too.
Yeah. McHale, big
Yeah,
signing or big
yeah,
trade there.
I think those are the three teams in the East. Unless I'm
Okay.
forgetting one, but
Sure. No, that's totally fair. I don't know. I think playoff P, he's now Philly P. Maybe I don't know, maybe this is the team where he finally figures out how to get that ring. But
you would
yeah.
think. But I think he's 34 now. He's only got so much left, and I think they signed him to a crazy deal given his age. But hey, more power to him. That was their
Yeah.
guy they want.
people
I
are
think
just
he's a great fit
making.
there. I think he's a great fit there. I just don't think Embiid can hold up for a full playoff run.
Well, I hope you're wrong there, but yeah, no, you're right. People are getting crazy money. I think Jason Tatum just set the record. He's gonna make like 63 million a year on this new extension. So
Yeah,
it's just crazy. OG Anunoby's getting making 40 million. These NBA contracts are ridiculous.
they are. They're putting quarterback money, and they're all making quarterback money, and most of them are role players. So it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, speaking of role players, I wanted to ask you about the NBA draft and the Bucks. I presume a lot of Bucks fans might not have been happy with John Horst, but what did you think about the AJ Johnson pick?
Again, the Bucks aren't in a position where anyone they draft right now will help them this year. I don't think. I just don't think that's the structure of the team and what they need. I think AJ Johnson, maybe even a year down from now, he could help out. But he's got a lot of potential from what I've seen, and I'm okay with the pick. There wasn't. I wanted the guy the Heat got. I think he could have helped now, but other than that, and he was drafted before us, and so I was okay with the future pick because I don't think anybody else we drafted can help us now, anyways. So why not look ahead
Sure.
towards the future?
Yeah,
And who
fair
knows?
enough.
Maybe he shows out in summer league, plays on the G League a little bit, and playing really good and gets some minutes. You never know. But Doc Rivers doesn't like to play young guys anyways. So you know why worry about drafting a young guy if he's not going to play,
Yeah,
right?
it'll be interesting. Who knows? Maybe he's like a Giannis project where he gains 3 inches after entering the league and 50
Right.
pounds of muscle and he becomes a
So
stud.
you never know.
He's a little
You never
skinny guy
know.
right now though.
Yeah, he's at 165, I think. But I don't know if that'll play in the NBA, but NBA nutrition, strength development, he can get up to 175, 180 easy by the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I
Um,
like the second round pick too. Again, I think another year project, year or two.
I forget
But
his
again, I
name.
think Tyler
Okay,
Smith. Uh,
sure.
he's about 6'10", lefty. He can shoot. He's athletic,
Hmm.
good solid pick, and again, young. So give
Hmm.
him a year or two in the series at the end.
Right. So like I said,
Overall,
we
I give.
are, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
We're
Overall, I give the draft probably like a B minus right
B
now.
minus. Okay.
Again, it's one of those hard to tell.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Tough to tell with those young guys, especially this draft class. There's a lot more unknowns than years prior. But like I
Yeah,
said, we are in the midst of free agency. Klay Thompson to the Mavericks is the latest big domino to fall in free agency. So any moves you want to see the Bucks make here in free agency, or maybe a trade possibly?
yeah. If I mean, we signed DeLon Wright earlier today. As far as free agency goes, I think that's all the money that we can really spend. We're
Oof.
gonna have to trade. I know we have. There's been talks that Spurs are interested in Brook Lopez. I think a lot of teams will be, just because the
Hmm.
center market is so thin. And I know Hartenstein just signed somewhere.
Yeah, he just signed with OKC today, I think.
Yep. So, teams like the Lakers, Pelicans, and Spurs, I know all should be interested in Brook Lopez. So I think if we make a move, it'll be through a trade. And, you got a guy like Keldon Johnson on the Spurs who could be a potential piece if you throw Brook Lopez, maybe a pick or two, and like Pat Connaughton their way. Um, or not Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, I like from the Pelicans. I'd really like to see
Yeah.
him on the Bucks via trade. From the Lakers, we just don't really have anybody that I think fits what we need.
We could
I
trade you D'Lo. You guys can have D'Lo if you want.
Yeah, but we don't want.
Come on, come on.
We got
That's fair.
and I don't. Yeah, no fit. There's really nobody that would fit from the Lakers on the Bucks.
Yeah.
So
No, I saw you were messing around with the trade machine. I think one of yours had Brandon Ingram and Herb going to
yeah,
y'all.
I always mess around with the trade machine. It's never too serious on that. But sometimes there's bits and pieces in there that I would like to see, like Herb Jones coming to the Bucks. But Brandon Ingram would be a nice added addition too. But
Hmm.
I don't see that happening. I do think Herb Jones is a possibility though. if
Okay.
we do trade Brook Lopez.
Sure. Well, hey, speaking of trades, I was gonna ask, what did you think about the DeJounte Murray trade for the Pelicans? Maybe he might be part of that, where they want to trade Ingram since they just got DeJounte.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you never know. Obviously, things didn't work out in Atlanta for him. I would have liked DeJounte on the Bucks, truly. I
Hmm.
know there were talks about us maybe trading for him halfway through the year last year, but trying to think who's there. I don't. He can run. He can run point. They got CJ at shooting guard. I think he fits well. They're very good. They got a lot of good defenders on the team, and he definitely adds to it. I just don't see the Pelicans as an issue in the West. I don't think.
What if
I think we
Zion stays healthy? What about then?
still. I don't think Zion's enough to take that team against. You know, trying to think. OKC is really good. I don't see. I think OKC and you got Minnesota, Dallas. I just don't see them as contenders in the West right now. So I don't even know if that DeJounte move is necessary. I think they could probably look to start dishing guys out like Herb
Hmm.
Jones, Ingram, and then kind of taking assets back from that and trying to build around Zion and DeJounte and get a third guy in there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. They could probably get a nice little package for Brandon Ingram. So yeah, we'll have to see what they do there. But so last question on the NBA for you is
Mhm.
do you think Bronny was a reach at pick 55?
Um, See, for me in the NBA draft, maybe it's just because I'm a Bucks fan and our picks don't pan out, but I don't think it's that important who you pick. It's all about the
Really?
potential of the guy. Yeah, I mean, again, as a Bucks fan, the draft means very little to me just because nothing's ever panned out aside from Giannis, really, in my time of being a fan. So I think it's a good pick. I think my theory is they got LeBron to agree to take a pay cut, and in return they would draft Bronny, which I think that's why he took that pay cut
Hmm.
was so for them to draft Bronny. And I know he wants to sign somebody else, but Clay Thompson is already gone, so I'm not quite sure who they can go after with his little pay cut. But hey, if it got him Bronny and it got his son drafted, hats off to him. I'm sure it doesn't affect his wallet too much. I think he's doing just fine money wise.
Yeah, he should be. Yeah, I really wanted Paul George, but that obviously did not
Right.
happen, unfortunately for us Lakers.
Hey,
Um, but
no
hey,
worries.
yeah. But hey,
You guys
let's
got
talk some sorry, go ahead.
yeah, you guys got Bronny. You'll be fine.
Yeah, dude, the Bron to Bronny connection will be insane. No, I
Honestly,
am looking forward.
I don't think Bronny was a horrible. I think he's got a lot of potential. That's what I'll say. I think
That's
he's a good
true.
defender. I don't think he's going to be anything, like his father, but I think he'll be a very solid like guard player in his career if he can develop a solid 3-point shot.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. I hope it happens. I'm looking forward to that first Bronny to Bron lob. That'll be really cool to see.
No, I'm a fan of Bronny. He's a cool guy.
You're just not a fan of his dad.
Right.
Well, hey, speaking of people you're not fans of, I wanted to
Oh,
talk some baseball with you, and I'll start by following up on something we touched on last interview with you. Why do you
yeah.
hate why do you hate Brian Anderson, the Brewers commentator?
I just don't think he's for the city of Milwaukee, man. I really don't. I think he's only here for so many Brewer games. He doesn't have the juice he used to have for the Brewer games. I'll give it to him. Back in the day, he was awesome for the Brewers, but ever since he started getting these bigger deals, he just hasn't had the energy for the Brewers. And I think there's a great guy in Jeff Levering there who calls the games much better, much more energetic on the home run calls, big play calls, and there were some times during the NBA playoffs when the Bucks would play, and it sounded like Brian Anderson was a little more favorable towards the other team. But again, that's kind of how it is with all national media when we play the Buck or when the Bucks are playing, they tend to not be nice to them. And it was really the Celtics series that threw me off, Matt. A couple years ago, he was all over Jason Tatum, and not saying anything nice about the Bucks. So that's kind of where my hatred stems from. Is I just think his time in Milwaukee is done.
Hmm. Interesting. So you think he lives in the area, but he doesn't
I think
like or respect Milwaukee anymore now that he's a
he's
big
a
wig at TNT.
yeah. I think he's a fraud. I really do. But
I don't know if I agree with that. I think he's still a great commentator, and I can see where you're saying where he's lost a little bit of that juice, but I think he still gets pretty excited for big moments in the Milwaukee Brewers. But
for me personally, I think Jeff Levering's better, and he seems like he's much more for the city. So I think why not give him the full slate instead of because Brian Anderson, he's only here for the big games. He was here against when we just played the Cubs, but I doubt he's going to be here while we're playing the Rockies starting today. I could be wrong. Maybe he'll be on the call, but I much prefer hearing Jeff Levering. I think he is a great announcer, and I think maybe one day he could take over on a national stage too, and hopefully he doesn't switch up on us like BA did. But that's
people
that. I'll leave it at that.
people switch up on you nowadays. No, but I agree with you. I do like Levering a lot, but yeah, maybe Brian's just got his mindset on bigger things, becoming,
So again, I can't fault him for it. I'm sure he's making much more money than he was with when he was just calling Brewer games and whatnot. But still, I think I'm just done with him, and I think I'll leave it at that.
all right. I guess fair enough. I still kind of disagree with you that he's not for Milwaukee, but I don't know that based on the Celtics, it'd be interesting to go back and watch that series, see if he's really
Yeah, no,
favoring them.
it's
But
even beyond that too. At just any national game he calls for us, it just seems to be much more leaning away from the Bucks, which I get is his job to be neutral, but he's not neutral. He's not anti-Bucks, but he's definitely on the other team's side. Like I said,
yeah,
I'll leave it
I
at.
guess
I
maybe
don't
he's
want
like overcompensating because some people know he calls the Brewers, so they know he's
to.
a Milwaukee guy, so he doesn't want it to make it look like he's biased. But maybe you're right.
You get a
Maybe
guy
he's
like
not a
Reggie
Bucks
Miller,
fan.
you get a guy like Reggie Miller who did not try and hide his Pacers bias, but again, it is what it is. I'll leave it at that.
All right, I
EA
got
is. I don't think it'll ever be repaired by that whatever it is.
dang, dang.
He's
Yeah,
forever on my anti list.
he's forever on toxic shit list. That's
Forever.
unfortunate. I don't know. I think BA is a good guy, but to each his own. And you made some good points there. So I definitely understand it a lot more now that you explain it. Um,
Mhm.
but enough on Brian Anderson. Let's talk some fantasy baseball. You are
Uh,
currently in first place. I'm actually matched up against you this week. How you feeling about your prospects for this season? Do you think you can
like
take the World Series title from Peter Brand?
Yeah, I'm liking my squad this year. Right now, we've hit a bit of a slump offensively. We've got Tatis on the IL, we've got Mookie on the IL, so a little slow on the offense last week. Hoping to straighten that out this week against you, but I really think once those guys get healthy, I'm a tough team to stop, and I think my record reflects that. And I'm hoping to take the fantasy football championship and the baseball championship. So hoping for a clean sweep. Although I guess the football would have been from last year for baseball, but I'm going to call it a sweep if I win baseball this year.
Son of a bitch. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm in last place in our division, but I still have a better record than the entire other division. So I guess I'm
Yeah,
hoping to sneak in as a wild card. I'd be playing you round one. So I guess
yeah.
I'm playing you this week, but I'll see you in the playoffs, right?
Hopefully,
Um,
yeah, matchup.
yeah. I don't know if us playing against each other this week will affect this, but I was wondering, would you like to do a new segment with me presented by no one?
Let's run it.
All right, this new segment is called Live Trade Offer. So
Live trade.
live trade offer. So live on the air, I'm gonna make a trade offer to you, and hopefully one of these hits. I got a couple queued up
For baseball, right?
for fantasy
For
baseball.
fantasy,
Yeah,
okay.
we haven't
This should be
quite done the football draft yet.
no. I didn't know if this is like a mock like NBA trade or mock NFL trade.
Yeah, I
So
didn't.
you know,
I didn't get too specific on you. I kind of
doing
wanted
fantasy.
to. Fantasy baseball, yeah. All
Okay,
right.
hit me.
All right, here's my first trade offer. Mookie Betts for
No,
Randy Arozarena and Edwin Diaz.
no, Edwin's suspended, and I don't trust guys who cheat. And well, never mind. My favorite
Yeah, you can't
rapper.
even see
My
your
favorite.
favorite rapper's future. He cheats. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right, all right. So you said no to that one. I got two more.
Okay,
Hopefully one of them. Okay, we got how about Edwin Diaz for Jojo Romero and Fernando Tatis?
sorry. Could you repeat that? You cut out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How about Edwin Diaz for Jojo Romero and Fernando Tatis?
No, I can't. I have too many save guys, Matt. And again, I can't trust a cheater.
All right, all right. Last offer. Final
No,
offer.
Tatis is suspended too. Got Tatis is suspended last year for steroids.
Okay, final offer. Edwin Diaz straight up for Fernando Tatis.
Oh my God, this is horrible. This is some toxic level football trade offers I've got going on. You've got going on here. But
Yeah.
hey, some of them, though, if you know what I mean.
So so you're thinking about that last one though?
Yeah, no, I'll have to let me sleep on it.
You would consider Diaz for Tatis straight up?
Not, I slept on it.
Yeah, I was hoping I could get you there. Come on, Edwin Diaz, best closer in the game. You're not interested?
I have the best closer in the game in Emmanuel Clase.
That's true. Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could ship off my suspended player. But yeah, as you said, you've made some real bad trade proposals in football, so I figured you deserved a
Yeah,
couple
no,
there.
I'm starting to hear why so many people turn me down now and how crazy it sounds when I send some of those off.
Sure.
So maybe there'll be a decrease in amount of trade offers I send this year. We'll see.
We'll have to see. But yeah, for this year, I guess I wanted to ask you another baseball question. How do you feel about the Brewers, and do you want to stay with your original World Series pick? I think you had Dodgers over Yankees, or maybe it was Yankees over Dodgers. You had something
I
like
think
that?
I had I think I had Dodgers over Yankees if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
that's correct, I think.
yeah, you know what? I think I still want to stick with that. I love the Brewers, but right now I can't put them anywhere near the World Series with their current pitching rotation.
Mm.
It's fine right now. It's working, but come playoffs, some of these guys are going to have to get healthy, and some of these young guys are going to have to turn into like really, really good pitchers because I mean they're fine right now, but the playoffs is a different beast, man. And Yankees, I don't see anyone stopping them. Maybe, yeah, no.
Yeah, they're
So
my
yeah,
they're my pick. I had your pick, but flipped. I think I have Yankees over Dodgers. Just
it's the basic pick, but they're
a
both
smart pick.
stacked. They're stacked. It's hard to not pick them.
Yeah. Hard to do. Hard to do. I thought I had another baseball question. Oh, I don't think the All-Star voting has come out yet, but Brewers probably got a couple, right? How many All-Stars do you think we got?
I think Yelly makes it for sure.
Okay.
Um,
Contreras?
Hopefully Contreras. I'm not sure what the catchers are looking like for NL, but I think both. I think we're sending. I think we could easily send William and Yelich there
Yeah.
this year. I think the guy, a guy who should be an All Star. You can look at the stats. Brian Hudson,
I
relief
don't know the name.
pitcher.
Okay.
Exactly. No one knows the name, but he's insane. Um, I'm driving right now, but I'm gonna pull up his stats.
Don't do that.
Brian,
You don't need to do that. I can pull
that's
them up. I can pull them up.
not doing that. You can pull them up now or look at it. Look at it on your own time. There's no reason Brian Hudson should not be in the All Star game. That's what I'll say as a relief pitcher.
Is he middle or he's
Yeah,
okay, middle
man,
really he's got all the holds.
he's a dog, dude. He is a dog.
All right, I believe
But yeah,
you. My
Philly and Contreras are the two most probable options.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, wait, he's got a point oh two ERA. He's got a 4-0 record this year, and he's a reliever.
He's a
Dang.
dog.
Dang. Yeah, that is impressive. Um, but yeah, I guess that's all I got for you on baseball. I did
Okay.
want to talk some more basketball, some women's basketball, little WNBA. Who do you got winning WNBA Rookie of the Year? It's a hot debate.
Is it a hot debate? I don't think it's a debate at all, really.
Who
You
you
know
got
who
win?
I'm picking Caitlin.
You're not no, not Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. I don't care
Yeah.
about the woman's form of Andre Drummond.
Oh wow. Dang,
I'm
Andre
sorry.
Drummond catching strays.
I'm sorry, but there's no reason that it should be Caitlin. It's Caitlin all the way.
Okay.
And shout out to Enrique Ogumbawale having a great year too.
Yeah, I hope she plays in the Olympics. I don't know if she's decided yet. You probably have to decide soon.
Soon, soon,
Um,
ideally, I'm sure, because they lost a roster spot, right? In USA, somebody went down.
someone's coming back from injury, so I think it's kind of up in the air. Um,
Okay,
but yeah, I think before Cameron Brink tore her ACL, I think she was probably the favorite, but I think you're right. Caitlin will probably win it, but I don't know. I'd like to see Angel make a nice push. She went like 25, 16 and 5 against Caitlin, I think the last time they played. So I
yeah,
don't know. I just thought
she
maybe it
did
could be an
one
interesting debate.
comeback I saw, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's going to be hard not to give it to Caitlin.
hmm Yeah. Well, let's hope Angel makes it a race. Go Sky. All right, last question for you here, Toxic. Thanks again for pulling up on the pod.
Yes,
Last question is for some football. Do you think
yes,
that obviously you're a diehard Packer fan, but
I,
Do you think Hard Knocks will be too much of a distraction for the Chicago Bears this year?
I don't think so. I think they're already, they're all professionals. Let's put it that way. They're all professionals. They're going to go about their business. I don't think it's been a distraction for teams before. Um, yeah, I think they'll be fine. I think they fit the build for a hard knocks team. Not very good team, not one that's expected to do well,
hmm
and one team that's probably not going to make the playoffs this year. So looking ahead towards the future for them, it'll be cool to see what some of these young guys are doing over there.
Yeah. No, I agree. Except for the part I think you're counting out the Bears a little bit. I think they got a good shot at like a wild card spot this year, but I mean, I guess
I,
you don't seem as confident. I mean, what would your final record prediction be for them? I don't think you have as much faith in them.
Comfortably that I could Sharpie them in as a top 15 pick in the draft this year if they still have the first round pick.
Dang. So what's that like 6 and 11, something like that?
Um, I think maybe like 8 wins. That's top 15, right?
Yeah, okay, 8 and 9.
Yeah, seven and 10 maybe.
Okay,
Right
so
in.
an improvement from last year.
No, I think they were 8 and 9 last year. I'm seeing a fall off this year.
They had that no, they had that many wins. Oh, because it was
Yeah,
Carolina's pick. It was Carolina's pick.
yeah, they went on
Um,
a bit of a tear to end the year until they ran into an actual team with an actual quarterback.
right. But yeah, I don't know. I
And
think Hard Knocks will be fun to watch with Caleb and all the new guys in there and Keenan
yeah,
Allen.
I'll just come out and say it. I've never watched an episode of Hard Knocks in my life.
Never? None of them?
Never, not once.
They're very
And
entertaining. You should watch it. I'm surprised you didn't watch the Jets one last year with all the Aaron Rodgers hype. Your favorite player ever.
never been into the Hard Knocks.
Hmm. Well, you should check it out. Check it out. It's fun.
Like,
And
I think the only way they could get me into it is if the Packers were on it.
I don't know if the Packers would ever do it. We don't seem like
Yeah,
the type. But yeah, I guess one thing we can count on is I don't believe a team that's been on Hard Knocks has ever won the Super Bowl. So I think we can knock on wood and guarantee the Chicago Bears at least won't do that. Hopefully they don't
and
make the playoffs either, right? Go
I
Pack,
don't
go.
need to know.
But yeah, Toxic, that's all I got for you. Thanks again for pulling up on the show on the line. Hopefully in the future, maybe you take the mask off, as Future would say.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Yeah, maybe next time we'll go mask off.
It would be fun, but you know what would be more fun is you having to answer for all your past tweets.
I think mask is staying on.
The mask is staying on. That's unfortunate. Well, hey, maybe I don't know, maybe someone else will come on the show and this I don't know if I want this to be Toxic's last appearance, but we'd like to
I
see
think
your
Toxic can make
face
one
as
more
a
appearance for
maybe change the pseudonym or something.
yeah. See, I think maybe Toxic could go one more round before I send my assistant out for
Sure
an
thing.
episode.
All right,
He's
I
a good
like it.
he's a good
Yeah.
guy. You'll have to meet him.
Yeah, you use the burner while it's hot, right? But but yeah, man, Toxic, thanks for coming on and yeah, go USA. We got to watch the Copa America. I'm hoping to get this posted
Bolivia.
before
I
then.
think
So yeah, thanks again,
Bolivia.
man.
We need a Bolivia tie or a Bolivia win, correct? We need Panama to tie or lose.
We need help. I thought if we win, we could be in.
No, I think we need, don't quote me on it, but I think we need Panama to tie or lose as well as we have to win.
I don't think that's true. I looked because we're actually second place in the group, even though Panama beat us because they don't go by win loss. They go by goal differential. Panama's at like -1. We're at +1. So I think if we win and Panama doesn't score like 6 goals, I think we should be in.
Okay,
You
I
know what
think,
I
yeah,
mean?
no, maybe that's right. We just have to outperform them in a win.
We basically if Panama scores 2 goals more than us, then we'd be tied with them. Then the tiebreaker would go to Panama. So I guess
Got it.
I'm hoping for like a dos a cero because that would pretty much
Yeah,
guarantee us the win unless Bolivia, trots out the U17
yeah.
team.
Hey, Matt, question for you. I don't know if
Oh,
this is how this podcast works, but I'm gonna go rogue here a little bit.
oh, okay. I like it.
There was a question we're gonna go back NBA here. Uh, Question here for you that you originally had proposed to me. NBA Rookie of the Year prediction. Who do you got? And mine I have the reason I wanted to bring this up with was mine might surprise you.
Oh God, this is tough. It's obviously,
Sorry.
I'm thinking about one of the two Frenchmen at the top. Um,
Okay.
I'm I'm gonna do something more fun though. I'm between Dalton Connect and Zach Edey right now for my pick. This is just off the top of the dome. Dalton Connect's obviously. I just think Edey would be funny because he'd prove all the haters wrong.
I was
Um,
shocked. 9. I thought he was like a second round projection.
yeah, I'm gonna go Zach Edey. Zach Edey's my rookie of the year. Who's your guy? Who's your rookie?
Connect. I think I
Yes,
really like Connect, dude.
yes. Let's
Connect 4,
go.
baby.
Let's go.
That's my Rookie of the Year pick. If I had to put money on it, I'd do it. I think he's good.
Dude, I don't know how he fell to 17. I couldn't be more thrilled that the Lakers got him. Him and Austin Reeves, the school shooters, right?
All right, timeout. We don't
No, you don't like that nickname?
know. That's a little much. A little toxic.
That is a little toxic. Well, hey brother, thanks for coming on and go USA and stay
Yep.
toxic.
Always stay toxic, everybody.
All right, I'll see you later, brother.
Later, man.
Peace. Thank you so much, Toxic, for joining me today on the line. I'm glad we got to get into that Brian Anderson stuff there with you. But yeah, great interview and appreciate having you on and hope to have you on in the future. Maybe reveal your face a little bit. Take accountability for all your prior tweets. That's probably not going to happen, but that's all right. Let's just finish out the show here with the Goosebump moments of the week. Starting out with number 10, we have the first cycle in the MLB this season, and it comes from Rangers rookie Wyatt Langford.
We have never had a cycle on Sunday Night Baseball. Langford down the line, and it is a cycle! A 3-run home run, and Wyatt Langford Crawford. A triple, a double, a single, and a homer to cap it.
Looking for space.
Number 9, Jose Fajardo scores the go-ahead goal as Panama upsets the U.S. in Copa America.
Puts it back in the middle. It's in. Panama score. The pressure finally breaks through. And it's Jose Fajardo that's given Panama the lead with 7 minutes to go.
Has to put up a 0.
Number 8, Adam Duvall walks it off over the Pirates in Atlanta.
Hits this to right center. This should do it. It will do it. It's all the way to the wall. Williams is coming home, and Atlanta walks it off.
Game winner walk-off for Adam Duvall. Braves win 2-1.
Number 7, Cal Raleigh's walk-off for the Seattle Mariners.
So many times already this year. Weak ground ball. Throw home, and the Mariners win! J.P. Crawford scores, and the Mariners walk it off.
Cal Raleigh, the hero again. Legendary status as the Mariners have walked off the Twins.
The batter is
Number 6,
Pilar.
Kevin Pillar walks
One
it
out,
off for the
winning run at
Angels.
third. Here's the pitch. He swings and lines one into left field, and the Angels are going to walk it off tonight here at the Big A. That one rolls all the way out to the wall. Pilar ends up being the hero. The Angels come away with the victory 6-5, and you can put a halo over this one.
Number 5, Brett Wisely with a walk-off home run in San Fran for the Giants.
The Giants giving the signs. Wisely, it's a high drive right field. This one on its way. It is gone. Brett Wisely walks it off with a towering, booming home run.
Down to the line, O'Neal.
Jamal Tiari with a crazy
front of Tiari,
steal and
and
score in the
Toronto clears.
98th minute for Atlanta
That was going
United.
in,
Number
maybe.
4 moment of the week.
Oh, what's happened? Oh! TRA wins it! TRA wins it! Fireworks in Fulton County! Oh my goodness, look at TRA. He's getting a little drink, playing a little game of hide and seek. And Gavin has no idea. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable, unbelievable. And there's TRA putting it in the back of the net.
Number 3, Luis Guillermo with an impressive play to catch the Tigers stealing.
And Guillermo got the tag down. Green is out. You're a magician again with the hands. That is an incredible play by Guillermo. How about a hop? He threw that ball sideways. Tommy Pham will come
Number
up there
2, Brenton
with 2
Doyle
outs,
with
runner
a
at third.
spectacular
Old pitch to
12th
Tommy
inning
Pham.
catch.
And hits into center field. Doyle's on the run. Dives and he makes the catch. Unbelievable catch again in center by Brenton Doyle. Saves the game for now.
Number 1, Brendan Donovan with a game-ending home run robbery.
Swing, fly ball toward left. Donovan back. Warning track. Wall. He leaps. He's got it. The Cardinals win it.
He made the catch. He made the catch and may have taken a home run away from Fairchild. That's a Redbird winner. Light up the night in downtown St. Louis. A long drive settled in the glove of Brendan Donovan. And the Cardinals hold on to win 1-0.
Nice moments, good goosebump moments of the week. I wasn't expecting to see the MLS, maybe some international soccer, but we got number 4 moment of the week with some MLS. That was probably the craziest play. If you listen on Spotify, you should go back and watch that one. The goalkeeper had no idea there was someone behind him. He set up the ball, easy steal, scores 98th minute. Atlanta United wins. That was insane. It was like Jose Alvarado back in the day, or current day. He'll just sneak up behind you and steal it, and that's what he did. And Atlanta United won it. That was a crazy one. But yeah, let's finish out the show. I got my USA-Uruguay pick. The U.S. is currently in danger of missing out on the round of 16. We're currently second place in our group, but if we lose this one and Panama beats Bolivia, we're going to be probably on the outside looking in. According to Fliff, the odds are USA plus 145 or Uruguay plus 170. So I guess we are technically favored in this, but that's probably because Uruguay is all but guaranteed to advance at a 2-0 record and a +7 goal differential. The next closest in goal differential is US at +1. I believe Panama is at -1. So a lot of chaos could happen. So hoping the US just get a clean victory, and make it to the round of 16. That would be real tough for us to miss out, and would not be a good way to go into the Olympics. But I guess I'll just make my pick. Um, and I know we're not playing Mexico, but I am picking the United States. Dos a cero.